Democrat spokesperson, Zöe Franklin.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and it's a pleasure to take part in this Easter adjournment debate. I always find these end-of-term debates really enlightening about fellow members of the House, their constituencies and the issues that are important to their constituents. And I'd like to take this moment before I talk about something very close to my own constituency and heart, just to associate myself with the contribution from the Honourable Member for Reigate and her thanks that she gave to the Surrey Police Force. My own borough team in Guildford have been fantastic, just like hers have, in supporting our town centre with antisocial behaviour. And I feel like I must just note the Honourable Members for Carlisle's absolutely cracking contribution and excellent Easter puns. And I will stop there on the Easter puns and move on to things with my constituency. And I want to use my time now to highlight an issue in my own constituency of Guildford that has both a national and local significance, and one that I hope action on will not just resolve the issue in Guildford, but also help to drive long-term change in the way that we support charities and businesses during multi-year infrastructure projects. Many members will be aware of the extensive redevelopment works taking place at Junction 10 of the M25 near RHS Wisley. These redevelopment works started in November 2022 and were due to finish in the summer of 2025. But sadly, it's been recently confirmed this will now not be the case and they will finish in approximately spring 26. That's 4 years of disruption for local residents and businesses. Ultimately, the project should improve the junction, but, and it's a very big but, there have been serious consequences for RHS Wisley and our much-loved local cafe, Ockham Bites, along with frustration and disruption for local residents in villages around the junction and everyone who has had to travel through that junction of the M25. While very different in scale, both have had a significant loss. Ockham Bites is currently losing £600 a day, and RHS Wisley predict by the end of the project they will have lost 11 million. These financial losses were highlighted in the early days of the project, but were dismissed on the basis that current legislation only compensates on the value of property. It does not compensate for loss of business. For RHS Wisley, the loss has had far-reaching consequences. Plans for new arboretums have been delayed, funding for scientific research has been reduced, and community outreach programmes scaled back. The impact has gone beyond my constituency of Guildford and the garden itself, through to the communities around Guildford and other RHS sites across the country. They are also being forced to consider cuts to training opportunities, with a projected 10% reduction in work-based student horticulturalist positions over the next 2 years. All things that I'm sure members of this House would be so sad to hear for RHS Wisley. And I know that residents in my own constituency and actually people across the country feel very strongly about this issue. There's a petition currently live that has 92,000 signatures and the number keeps increasing. And I want to pause to just thank my colleague Baroness Benjamin, who's been highlighting this issue in the other place, for the answers she gained from members of the House of Lords on the issues surrounding this problem with RHS Wisley. And I want to ask the Honourable Member for Wellingborough and Rushden if she could encourage the Transport Minister to respond to my request to meet me and RHS Wisley. So back to Ockham Bites and their fantastic cakes and tea. But actually, they have suffered in big financial losses for a small business. There's also been problems around water issues, and all of these things combined have left the owner forced to make serious personal and professional adjustments, including relocating their home and dealing with heightened stress levels. These two businesses' stories, they are very, very different scales, but they highlight a serious flaw in current legislation. We shouldn't be leaving small businesses, charities and other organisations struggling financially and potentially failing due to multi-year infrastructure projects. These organisations are not only the lifeblood of our communities, they are fundamental to our economic success. I hope the government will agree to meet with me, work to find a way to support these businesses and commit to reviewing the legislation to ensure their stories are not repeated and that future multi-year infrastructure projects are delivered without leaving key parts of our local economy and community behind. To close, I just really want to have a positive moment in this fantastic debate this afternoon. And I want to encourage everyone in this chamber with a cheeky little encouragement that if you haven't yet experienced RHS Wisley or your local RHS garden, please do go and enjoy them during the Easter recess. And in fact, I just want to echo the comments from my honourable friend on the benches behind me around her comments about when we and our members of the public are enjoying the great outdoors to be fire safe. And finally, to all members of this House, all the staff, security and police, I hope you have a restorative Easter, and I thank the Honourable Member for Harrow East for leading this debate. Thank you, Madam